Hi everybody, I'm Kathleen Byram. I'm the author of Conversations with Donkey, A Bipolar Journey. It's available on Amazon and Walmart and Barnes & Noble online, and also places, if you Google it, you can find it at other places. It tends to run around $4 for the paperback at Amazon, if you want to check that out, if you like Amazon. Okay, what I want to talk about today is myths about mental illness. And there are a few that really do need to be discussed. Mental illness is just an excuse for bad behavior or weakness. Do you believe that? Mental illness has absolutely nothing to do with willpower, character strength, or laziness. My laziness is all on my own. It has nothing to do with schizoaffective. You wouldn't tell someone with diabetes to just snap out of it, or accuse someone with a broken leg of being weak, or not running a marathon. Brain chemistry, genetics, and trauma physically change how a person processes the world. People with mental illnesses are dangerous or violent. The reality. Hollywood loves to use mental illness as a trope for villains, but the statistics tell a completely different story. The vast majority of people living with mental health conditions are not violent. In fact, they are far more likely to be the victims of violent crime than the perpetrators. You can tell someone is mentally ill just by looking at them or interacting with them. That's not true. Mental illness doesn't have a look. Many people experience what is often called high-functioning anxiety, depression, or other conditions. They go to work, crack jokes, raise families, and appear completely fine on the outside while fighting an invisible battle on the inside. If you take medication, you're taking the easy way out, or it changes who you are. Screw that. Oh my God. What kind of horror show comes up with that idea? Psychiatric medication doesn't erase a person's personality or act as a magic happy pill. When properly prescribed, it simply levels the playing field by adjusting imbalanced brain chemistry. It allows a person to feel more like themselves, giving them the stability to use coping skills, go to therapy, and navigate daily life. A bad childhood is the sole cause of mental health issues. The reality. While childhood trauma and environment absolutely play a massive role in a person's mental health journey, they aren't the only factors. Mental illness can affect someone who had a picture-perfect upbringing, because biology, genetics, sudden life changes, or chronic physical illnesses can also trigger these conditions. And I'm a good example of this because I did have a good childhood. My mother was angelic. She was just amazing. And my father was tough, but he was fair, I think. He could be cruel, but he didn't destroy my life. You know, I had a good life. The myth. You're stuck this way forever. Recovery isn't really possible. The reality. Recovery doesn't always mean a disease completely vanishes, never to return. It means learning how to manage it so it no longer controls your life. With the right mix of therapy, lifestyle adjustments, medication, and support, people with severe or chronic mental health conditions can thrive, achieve their goals, and live deeply fulfilling lives. Is there a specific myth you've heard recently that you've been curious about? Or a particular condition whose misconceptions you'd like to dive into? If you have any comments or questions are fine. Please leave me a comment. And would you like and subscribe for me, because it helps the algorithm bump up the impressions. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.